Well, good morning. Here at the boat ramp, fixing to shove off. Gonna set the big swamp, fairly heavy for beaver. There's a dozen TS-85s and a couple of Duke number 4s on some highly modified drowner rigs. I want to show them when I get them put out, but I got 14 beaver sets to put out today. We're gonna set heavy and come out heavy with beaver. I'll show you on down the line as I start making sets. We'll start right in here. It's where the big serious caster mounds, I mean, you can just, they're massive. You can tell by the size of my hand. These things are way, knee high at least, but I got placed right here between these two caster mounds. They're crawling out. See some fresh vegetation drug up here. I'm gonna put me in a set right here and make my own little mound and set up a drowner. But we'll set this one and move on down. I'm gonna show you the reason why. This is one I've got rigged up on about a 36-inch metal stake. This is the reason why we're rigging up these giant Bigfoot mud anchors. Just watch his pole. On just one finger, it's just gone. It won't hold anything. That's all. That's full out. I'm gonna drop it. Just the weight of the rod to sink it. Put these like this. One more time. Just the weight of the rod in this mud. But these bigger Bigfoot mud anchors, I think will do the trick. We're gonna make this set and move on down. Well, I have taken that rod off on the first set, and right here's where I've scooped out the mud right here in between these two caster mounts. I'm gonna be at a number 4 right there, but here's the first of the Bigfoot mud anchors going in. See, well, I got set number 2 going in between these two caster mounds. It's got a good fresh sign on it, but it is a Bigfoot mud anchor that's put right there. They bite really, really well. I'm gonna get this set in with a TS-85 and move on down, set some more sand. I'm probably either going to use Big Pile on this set or Dunlap's Big Pile or Clint Locklear's Delta Red. I put in Rager at the first set. We're going to change it up a little bit right here. I've already got the bed scooped out for the TS-85 right between these two mounds. We're going to set this and move on down. Well, I think this beaver takes it a little serious. He's got fresh mud pulled all over it. That thing is huge. Kind of looks like a mud volcano. These beavers are seriously building these caster mounds. I can tell where he's coming up right here, but I really don't have the water to drown. I may move around, see if I can find one closer that's deeper. I'd like to catch this big beaver. We're gonna move on down. Well, this is fixing to be the biggest caster mound I've ever found or ever got to set. There's about 3 of them right here in a row next to this bridge. I know the water's not deep enough to drown, but these tracks are massive. I'm gonna pull them out as far away from here as I can, hold them out in the water, but this beaver, this thing's probably waist high. This is that one I said in an earlier video that's 6 foot wide at the bottom. It is massive, but I'm gonna make the set and I'll show it to you when I'm done. Well, just got my TS-85 set down there on that cable drowner, sitting right here where he's been getting up and down on his caster mound. It's the biggest caster mound I've ever found, and I'm using some Dunlap's Big Pile beaver lure. We're going to test it out on this on the biggest mound I ever found. It's got to produce. The stuff smells different than the other lures, but it's a sweeter smell. You can see it up here on that green stick halfway up his caster mount. I should get his attention. I'm trying to tick him off. We're gonna pull him out here as far as I can and solid stake him out here in a little over knee-deep water. We're gonna set this and move on down. Well, here's my finished set. I don't know if you can see it. Right there's a TS-85 bedded so they'll come up between the jaws instead of over the loose jaw. And the cable running out in the deepest waters I can get to from here. It's not very deep. But up where they've already been dragging mud up and down on top of their house, I've got a little stick right there. And I have taken some of Jeff Dunlap's big pile, put it on a stick and tossed it up there just to get their attention. But they're already dragging fresh mud up here. So that little bit of added scent should get their attention. But right there's my TS-85 bedded side saddle in the where they're coming in and out, bringing in the fresh mud. Well, here's my finished set. I've got the TS-85 bedded right there where they got to come between the jaws instead of over the loose jaw. They've already been dragging fresh mud up here on this house. I took a little Jeff Dunlap's big pile, put it on a stick, put it right up there in their trail where they're going to smell it. And I have a cable running out here as far as I can get to, out away from the set in as deep as waters I can get to. But here's my TS-85 set in the where they're mudding the house. I'm going to move on down and see what else we can find. Well, here I'm setting another trap right here. Found a couple of caster mounds. You can see right here where they're crawling up between the two, bringing in fresh mud. Fresh tracks and shiny mud all over these mounds. But I have got it staked in right here on a cable drowner. TS-85 bedded right between the two. I'm gonna run this out to deeper water and stake it off. Put a little caster, foreign caster, right here between these two mounds, get their attention. Maybe they'll sniff around long enough to get caught. But I'm going to move on down. Well, I'm fixing to set this up. There's a little ditch running back, little cut running back through here, and the beavers are making their boundaries known. But I'm going to freshen this up with some foreign caster. One of my new Bigfoot soft mud anchors, and we're gonna catch this one. He's telling me he's here, and he won't, you know, he messed up. I'm gonna get this set put in and show it to you. Well, just showing you, you know, the earth anchor we built was big, and these are the slide locks I've built out of 3/16 hardened steel on a 1/4 inch 1x7 or 1x9 guide wire that the utility company left me as scrap. But I know I probably can't drown these, so I'm building everything as heavy as I can to hold them till I get back. The trap I'm going to be using is a Duke number 4 coil. We're going to get this in set and move on down. Well, guys, I'm over here at the Rod and Gun Club, the Bull Mountain Rod and Gun Club. He has got 2-liter bottles painted black and floating all over the place. You can see them glistening out there in the sun. That's what he's using for his decoys. And look at the movement these things have got. But it's impressive. All the caps are painted white like a bill on a duck, and he's got Mojo spinning wing decoys and all set out here. I'll show you his new blind in a minute when I get up to it, but this is going to be an impressive place to come duck hunt for anybody that's looking for one. Well, here we are at his new duck blind. He's got all kind of metal folding chairs already set up in there for clients. He's got it brushed in and that like ghillie wrap over the top of it. It's nice. He's got kayaks for duck retrieval. I think he said he's going to have fish cooking and everything else going on during season. But here's a better look at some of these bottle decoys. With the wind, they're sitting here just, it's impressive. I mean, at a distance you'd think it was a flock of ducks just out here swimming back and forth. It's a heck of an idea. I ain't never seen it before. But it's just 2-liter bottles painted black. Pretty nice. I'm gonna move on down. Well, I just got this little spot set up. Looks like a small caster mound in the making, but they got the takeout right here. Kind of like a little slide where they've been pushing mud up to it. But I don't know if you can see it. But right here is a TS-85 bedded, just offset to where they're coming in and out in about 4 inches of water. And I've got it pulled out here to deeper water on that river cane, big heavy river cane. But maybe this will pay off. It's got potential. I'm down into another family group of beaver. I'm going to start setting down here. Talk to you when I get something else set up. We just got this set put in. There's a TS-85 bedded right there. They're crawling out right here to mud up this caster mound. I've taken Jeff Dunlap's pig pile and put it on that stick right there to get their attention. I'm really trying to piss them off, just see how many I can catch in the night. But there's the TS-85 bedded right there offset where they're coming in and out to mud up on their caster mound. We'll move on down. Got this one set up. It's a crossover trail that actually comes right up through here, right in between 2 caster mounds. And all these caster mounds down through here are wet from them pulling fresh mud up on them. I've got on that stick laid right there in the middle, I've got some of Clint Locklear's and Rager. Got the TS-85 bedded right there, little offset. One of Nate's mud anchors, Bigfoot mud anchors right there, run to a drowner wire out here in deeper water. We're gonna see if we can't set some more up and I'll get back with you. Well, I just set up right beside this little lodge. It's not about making a humongous caster mound. It's just about getting the scent for them to come check out. I've got Clint Locklear's and Rager on that stick right there. I've got a TS-85 bedded right there. I've got to run the drowner out here in the deep water. See when I find some more sign. Well, I got the little lodge up here above me. Can't get to it in the canoe the way I want to. It's real soft mud and it's a lot of entanglement in the grass. But I have come upwind where they've already had an existing caster mound and put some of Clint Locklear's Delta Red right there on that stick. And I've got a TS-85 bedded right out here in front of it in about, I don't know, 6 inches of water. It's the best place I could find for it. Everything else drops off too quick, but gonna run the drowner weight on the cable out here in the deep water, and we'll move on down, make a few more sets. And right here, Right here's the lodge right there in them bushes. And I've made my set just upwind of it up here on this little high knob, but we'll see if it produces tomorrow. Well, I got in my last set of the day. I got another TS-85, but it failed to properly engage. So I'm gonna take it home, work on it. But I've got Big Pile by Jeff Dunlap right there on that stick. You can see it's all wet. I've got a TS-85 bedded right here. He's already got a run coming up through here. And he's excavated a bunch of dirt right here that he was putting up here on his scent marker caster mound. So he gets a whiff of this, he's gonna be mine. He's made it just a little too easy. We're gonna move on down and check out some more sign anyway. See you later.